Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I have sat down and done like a sit down video. I have been doing reels on Instagram and in shorts, but as far as a sit down video where I'm doing makeup, talking about products, what have you, it has been a very long time. I think it's almost been 3 months. It's been a while. And I made a couple of posts in my community tab where I did talk about it. And basically I needed a break. there's a lot going on in the country right now, as many of you guys know, it's just insane. There's a lot happening, and that's kind of where my focus has been, trying to help myself be educated as well as helping others to be educated about what's going on, because we're in crazy Twilight Zone, alternate universe times right now, and sitting down to make a video where I'm talking about makeup and blush, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right to do that. I'm not back 100%, but I did want to talk about the new Nomad palette they just launched. Mainly because because I do need to make a video on this, but also the last couple of palettes they launched, the Halloween palette, I did do a reel where I did close-ups of the swatches, but I didn't actually film a sit-down video, so I really wanted to do that. And I also didn't, when they did the 10-year anniversary, I didn't do a sit-down video for that one either. So I really wanted to do a focus on this one. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. And then after this, I'm going to film an Ulta Beauty haul, which I have not done in a while. I haven't shopped from Ulta Beauty as far as like a haul since January. I feel like an item here or there, but as far as like really going to Ulta Beauty and shopping, I haven't done that in a while. So we're going to be talking about that one. And then sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a breakdown 2 trash empties videos, because my little trash empties bucket over here is overflowing. So I'm going to break that down so we have that. As far as anything else, I don't know yet. I don't want to say that I'm back and, maybe and who knows, I may take another break again. I don't know. But I do want to get these videos out that I did have planned. Also, I am going to be doing giveaways. I'm going to be doing one for Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year. If any of you guys have been following me for a while, as you can see, background. Hold on, you know what? I forgot to do something. I realized I forgot to turn on the pumpkin lights, but as you can see, it's actually kind of low, so I need to take the batteries out and recharge them because they usually are brighter than that. But as I was saying, if you have been following me for a while, Halloween is my favorite holiday. I have my Hocus Pocus t-shirt on right now. Fall is my favorite season, so I'm kind of in my happy space right now as far as the time of the year, season, holiday, all of that. And like I said, I will be doing a giveaway towards the end of October, closer to Halloween. I'll be choosing 1 or 2 winners. I'm not sure just yet if I'm going to do 1 or 2 yet. I'm not sure. But I will do a Google document like I did the last one. It was just easier that way. And then I'm going to do another one at Christmas time. I have been really building up my giveaway stuff. I have makeup, skincare, hair care. I have makeup bags, makeup brushes. I have so much stuff that I'm going to kind of separate and split out, make it as equal as possible. The plan so far is 2 winners in October and then 2 in December. We'll just kind of see how that goes. All right, now that that's said, let's jump into this video. This is the new launch from Nomad Cosmetics. This one is the Pacific Northwest Intense Color and Chrome Palette. Swatching these guys, the formula is just so pretty. I will talk about that more in just a minute, but I love the color story painting, and it actually feels like a canvas painting if you're touching it. It's the texture of a canvas painting, which is really, really pretty. This is their first fall launch. Usually they have 1 or 2 launches for the fall and then maybe 1 for the holidays. So I'm assuming we'll have at least 1 or 2 more Nomad launches going into the end of the year, but this is their fall one, so we're going to be talking about. As you can see, this is an 18-pan palette. There are 9 mattes and then 9 shimmers. There are some duochromes, and they're very, very sparkly, very shimmery. I had a wonderful time swatching this palette. It was so pretty. But let's talk more about it here. Each palette comes with a little card. The cards are made to look like postcards. They have one of these in every single palette, and on the back, as you can see, this is a postcard. They have a full description of the palette as far as the theme, the color story, and they always partner with an organization. So I'm going to talk about that, and then we'll talk about when the palette's going to launch and all of that. The new Pacific Northwest Color and Chrome Palette. The destination, peaks, pines, and coastal beauty. High above the canopy, the Pacific Northwest stretches in every direction. A breathtaking mix of green valleys, foggy shores, and roaring rivers. Amid mossy trees and glacier-capped ranges, It is rich with awe and wonder. A place where wildlife roams freely, waterfalls cascade like spells, and myths are real. Just ask the Sasquatch. The palette. Earth's grandeur. Like a painting brought to life, the textured canvas palette cover captures the PNW's soaring peaks of the Pacific Northwest soaring peaks, misty forests, and rugged coasts. Inside, spectrum of nature-inspired hues unfold from verdant greens to cascading waterfall blues. 9 flourishing mattes, 3 sparkling shimmers, 4 dazzling duochromes, and 2 majestic multichromes. The cause. We are so proud to support Conservation Northwest that works to protect, connect, and restore wildlands and wildlife of the Pacific Northwest. All right, so let me give you some more details about this launch. One thing that they're doing with this launch, which I think is kind of cool, they have a beanie and then they have a coffee mug. So there is the beanie. I don't know if you can see that. That is really cute. I might pick that up for my son. He loves nature colors. He is so into natural earth tones, greens, blues, browns, taupes. Completely, this is like up his vibe. I may get that. Because I didn't get that as part as with the palette. I might go on the website and order that. I don't see how much it costs, but that would be cool. I might have to do that. My son will love that. And that right there is a picture of the mug. I may have to get both the mug and the beanie myself because I love coffee mugs. I collect them. I know my son would love the beanie, but there's that. As far as launching time, it's actually going to launch today, Monday. As I'm filming this, I will be putting this video up on the same day. I wanted to film it over the weekend and we just had so much going on I didn't have time. So it's going to launch today, September 29th, I believe is today's date, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So by the time I get this video up, the palette may or may not have already launched. It doesn't give me pricing. What I'll do is I will update the description box whenever they do the pricing, but I'm assuming the palettes can be around $40. That's usually how much their 18-pan palettes are, so that's what I'm assuming. All right, so let's jump into putting together our look. For my outer corner, I am going to put down this shade. This one is Sasquatch Sighting. So we're going to do this one on the outer corner. And I'm going to take P and W in the crease, and then we're going to go up in the top here, and we're going to take Towering C Stacks, so this shade up here, to kind of blend everything out. Maybe take that into the inner portion of the eye, and then we'll move into our shimmers. I've already primed my eyelids with my Airway Studio. This is the Locked Eye Primer. This is my absolute favorite eye primer. $3 on Shop and Say. This shade is Sheer. Take a little bit of the Sasquatch shade on, this is my Beauty Bay. I think Beauty Bay. Defining blending brush. I love this brush. It is absolutely perfect for smaller eye spaces like mine. I'm going to take a little PMW on my Real Techniques crease brush, and we're going to blend that into the crease. The formula in this palette, you guys, these mattes are so buttery soft. They swatched really, really nicely as well. Look at how well they're blending. So pretty. And if you have been following me for any amount of time, you know green is my favorite eyeshadow shade to work with. I love all tones of green. I think I'm going to take Foggy Forest and kind of blend that on the brow bone and the inner portion. I was originally going to take the C Towering Stacks Water one, but I think this one will work better. So I'm going to go with this shade just to kind of blend everything out, brow bone, inner portion of the eye. Just going to take this along top just to lightly blend this portion out. I'm going to take a little bit in the inner portion as well, just to blend everything out. Now moving into my shimmers, we're going to take this one. This shade is Crater Lake. I'm going to lay that on the lid and then go into the inner portion. It's either going to be Cascada or this shade, which is Sunbreak. I haven't decided yet, but I definitely want to put this one, no, I'm sorry, yeah, this one all over the lid. I have a little bit on a flat shader brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of setting spray. This is just the Ulta Beauty Wannabe Free, just to kind of wet it a little bit, just to kind of help it stick to the eye. This shade, I believe, is just a regular shimmer. This one doesn't actually have any shift to it. So I'm going to put that. So pretty. So pretty. Just right here on the lid. Wetting the brush really helps it to adhere to the eye as well as just make the shade brighter. So pretty. I'm going to go back in with that first brush, just kind of blend the edges. I'm going to swatch these two real quick. This one is a duochrome, so pretty. And then sun break. See, do you see that shift? It's going to be yellow to pink. Oh, that is so pretty. Ooh, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to go ahead and do this one, which is Sunbreak. That yellow to pink. Hopefully we'll see that shift on the eyelid. Take a little bit on this flat. It's a smaller flat shade of brush. I got this in a Revolution set. I think this is that Succulent set that they launched like last year, before last, something like that. I'm going to do the same thing. Just kind of wet it a little bit with the setting spray. Ooh, do you see that? I don't know if you're seeing it on camera, but what I'm seeing in person, it's more yellow in this area, and then it's more pink in the inner portion. That is stunning. That is so freaking pretty. All right, at this point, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish off the rest of my face. I'm going to do liner, lashes, something in the waterline, lips, and then we'll see the final look all put together. Welcome back. Final look is complete. As far as the eye look, I'm using, this is the Revolution, Makeup Revolution. I think this is the Slick Flick liner. I usually use the pen. This one is more like a brush, but it still does do a pretty good job of giving me that defined wing. For my waterline, I'm using the Tresluce Intenso liner in Icy. Really pretty, nice, icy, glowy, diamondy shimmer liner. For my lips, we have a combination of the Pout liner. This is from Revolution London. I am really enjoying this liner. The shade is in Burnt Cherry Red. It's actually warmer than I wanted. I really should have gone a little bit cooler with the liner, but once it's blended out, you really can't see it too much. And then what I wanted to do in the last launch, Nomad launch lipsticks, the first time they've ever had lipsticks, and these are the Witchy City Salem. This one is Devil's Book, I think is what it's called. As you can see, it's got this pretty little marbling in here, and I did not get the chance to use this because I did not do, to actually sit down and use it on camera because I didn't do the video as far as a sit down video, but I did want to use it. These are shimmery, well, not shimmery, they're kind of glossy. They have a little bit of shine to them. They're not matte, semi-matte, very creamy. I prefer something that's a little bit more matte, so what I did to kind of help it last longer is I took one of the Pout Matte lipsticks from Colourpop. This shade is in Dirty Chai. I kind of put that all over the lip first as a base, and then I went over it with the lipstick. There's one that's more deeper purple and one that has gold. I haven't had a chance to use either one of those yet, but I'm glad that I finally got to use it on camera. As far as my lashes, these are from Ioni. They are the Halfling lashes. They're half lashes in Kitten. These are very just curly and fluffy on the outer corner. I have actually grown to learn that I love half lashes. My eyes, you can see, they're kind of, shorter in space. I don't have a whole lot going on there. So I usually have to cut a lot, trim the inside of the lashes as well as the outside. And so sometimes I lose that fluffy wing because of how much I'm having to trim it. With the half lashes, they're actually perfect. They stop here, and they're the actual perfect length for my eyes, so I don't have to do any trimming, and I love them. But let's talk about this palette and what I thought. You guys, I love the formula in this palette. I will say, as far as the Halloween launch, while I did not use the palette on camera, I did use it several times off camera, and the formula is okay, but I will say that I didn't think the mattes in that formula were as smooth and buttery as the formula for Nomad usually are. This one definitely lived up to Nomad. These mattes are buttery, they're smooth, they blend it out, no issues. These shimmers, oh my God, the duochromes and multichromes, they're so freaking pretty. I'm definitely going to be doing a couple more looks. I don't know if I'll get to do them on camera, but if I don't get to film a video with some more looks, towards the end of the week, I will try to at least put up a couple of looks on my Instagram. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. But this palette did not disappoint. Every single shade, shimmer, I loved it. It is beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got a little bit of inspo in case you decide to pick up the palette. Be safe. Take care of yourself, especially in these trying times. And I will see you in the next one.